Good morning, ladies and gents, and welcome to another video. And today is a little bit special. It's a first impressions of a new razor that I've acquired temporarily via a pass around on the Against the Grain forum. Those of you who've actually read the title will know what it is. If you haven't, it's this guy. It's the General from Colonial razors in brass. Been wanting to try another single edge outside of the Mongoose and the Razor Rock Hawk for a while, in the hope that I might find something a little bit more aggressive than the Hawk. The Mongoose was lovely, it was a beautiful shave, it was very smooth, very efficient, but again I just wanted a little bit more bite from it. With the name of Mongoose, you get what I'm going at. It eats the most venomous snakes in the world, so it's going to have it should have a bit of a bite. I like the name. Don't get me wrong, I love the shave. Same with the Hawk. With the name of Hawk, you expect it to be sharp and to the point and very efficient killer of beards. And don't get me wrong, it is. It's very smooth. But again, I just wish it had that little bit more. And I have been tempted to get my Dremel out and sort of take the tiniest amount off the bottom of the base plate. But I then run the risk of knackering the Hawk. And then I saw the pass around for the General. And I thought, oh, in for a penny, in for a pound, I'll stick my name down, see what comes of it. And a few people have said it's a lighter, a more mild razor than the Hawk. Some people have said it's a bit more aggressive. Horses for courses, I guess. But we shall see. It's a lovely, heavyweight razor. Apologies, the light is really coming through in Stoke today. Beautiful heavyweight razor, lovely. Solid, and I like a heavy razor. It makes a lot less work necessary to let it do its thing. There's always a temptation to push with a light razor, but this is heavy. It's also Psalm's blade at the minute, so I thought I'd use that as an opportunity to show you how to load it. It's simple. It's a 3-piece razor, heavyweight handle, unscrews from the base plate and head, like so. Now, being brass, it will acquire its own patina over time, and this is duly doing that. I believe, just from looking at some of the patina, it may have had some kind of lacquer coating, but I don't know if it's ever going to pick it up. But you can see kind of lighter patches where it looks like maybe the coating's coming away, but if there is a coating, could just be my eyes. And you can see it's not perfect milling, but it's a very, very good value razor. Sadly discontinued, I believe. But hey, let's use it. So we're going to load it up in the same manner as every other single edge razor. I'm going to take one of my own Feather Pro blades, pop it on the 2 lugs, and that's a good fit. Fits nicely on the lugs, as you can see. This blade is a couple of uses old now. I had it in the Hawk. I don't want to change out from it just yet. And blade exposure looks good. It's even, as you can see. Let's just screw the handle on. Now, it does look as though the thread is part of the head integrated. Let's just take that off and see. Yes, it's milled from a single piece of brass. So be careful tightening it, because brass being inherently soft. Just finger tight, no pressure. And let's go. So I've already hot toweled. The rest of the gear today is going to be the Shearmonic Delft Fit soap. It's lovely soap, lovely fresh clean scent, ideal for Saturday morning. Beautiful. Lovely bit of apple coming through there, and a Razor Rock Monster. So we're going to take a little load. I'm using, or deliberately using, bits and pieces I know well. There we go. Don't need a long load with this soap. Put the razor in to warm up. I'm going to face lather. Hope you've had a good Saturday so far. I had a lovely Friday. It was my 5th wedding anniversary. So my wife, son and I, we took a day out in Manchester just to sort of see a few museums, check on a bit of culture. We had a lovely lunch in a restaurant on Lever Street, right at the bottom, number 58 Lever Street, Ben Brazil, Brazilian barbecue. It was stunning. And it's an interesting concept. You have a buffet where you can literally eat all you want, and then they bring the barbecue around to you. So all the meat's cooked on skewers, over a spit roast, lovely. And you have a little card on your table. One side's green, the other on the flip side is red. And if you want meat, leave it on the green side, and they'll keep bringing skewers to you. And they'll just carve away until you say, yep, that's enough. And then you stuff your face, turn your card back over to green, and they bring more. And it's all you can eat. And the food is stunning. Flavours are out of this world. On the buffet there were some real standout items. I know it's simple, but their potato salad, it was to die for. Creamy, rich, full of flavour. They did a smoked pork and black beans, and that was very different, very unique. It's quite smoky, and on its own it's a bit strong, but you have a little bit of that with some of the sides like the rice or the couscous or indeed the potato salad, and it is phenomenal. But the barbecue has really stand out. Good bunch of guys, really helpful, very polite. Couldn't do enough to help you. So if you're ever in Manchester, they've got a couple in Manchester, one in Altrincham, they've got a branch in Leeds and one in Liverpool. Ben Brazil, look them up. Absolutely stunning. 3 of a set with drinks and dessert for about 60 or just over 60 quid. And we saw the museum of Manchester by the university. They've got T-Rex. That was cool. Lots of natural history, lots of Egyptian history, Roman stuff, Greek. Great visit, and it's free, obviously. I say obviously, some people may not know that most major museums are now free to enter with a donation box. Of course, we slung a fair few quid in because it's a great day. Lots of entertainment. It was great to see loads of kids there enjoying themselves as opposed to being stuck behind a computer. They were enthralled. I mean, my son, he loved the T-Rex. He thought that was stunning. Loved the mummies in the Egyptian section. Was fascinated by all sort of the skeletons and the sort of the taxidermy in the natural section. So yeah, something for everyone. Anyway, I'm waffling. I've got a great lather now with stacks in the brush from a tiny load, as you saw. Now, the razor. Like I say, it's got a Feather Pro. Let's see how it goes. Oh wow, that's killer. That is nice. Feels as though the blade gap is a little bit more pronounced in the Hawk. I can just feel a little bit more of the blade. I don't know if anyone else has ever noticed this with this razor, or indeed any other brass razor. You can smell the brass. That's a new experience for me. Never smelled it on any other razor. Reminds me of being a kid and sitting there in my grandparents' sort of kitchen with the brassware and the I can't remember the name of the stuff, brasso, polishing up candlesticks and God knows what else on a Saturday afternoon. It reminds me of that. It's very smooth. That's a really nice shave. That is to say. It's gutting that Colonial have discontinued this. So I do prefer it to the Hawk after just one pass. That is great. I love how smooth it is. I love how you can feel that little bit more blade. It could be the weight, but it feels nicer. Not that the Hawk feels unpleasant, this just feels a little bit nicer than the already nice Hawk. And I know nice is a bit of a cop-out. It just feels a bit more efficient, if that's right. Anyway, let's go for pass 2. It's a fresh spring-like scent on this soap, I love it. And if you're still in the dark about Shimonic stuff, chaps, definitely give it a look. Don't be put off by the price tag, because as you saw, tiny load onto the brush, and I've got mountains and mountains of lather. It's not a problem. It's just as economical, or it's as economical as you make it. Pass 2 across the grain. Okay, so newsflash. If anyone is selling a brass general, get in touch. Or Colonial. If your other generals can be made as heavyweight as this. I don't know what kind of, I haven't weighed this yet, but if your stainless steel version is going to come in at the same weight, I'll wait for one of them. There's something reassuring about that extra bit of weight in the razor. It offers a little, it means you have to have less effort. I suppose like the old Stella Artois adverts, it's reassuringly expensive. It's not expensive, this razor, it was never expensive, but I suppose a better analogy is the old car door slam. You know, I remember Volkswagen made a thing of it a while ago. With the old the Golf adverts, and you heard various car doors slam, and they sounded thin and tinny. And then there was the Golf door that went, and it sounded reassuringly thuddy and heavyweight and just better quality. So yeah, that's 2 passes. A little bit to clean up on the third. done. In a little while I can go and collect my car, because that's gone in for a major service today. Yeah, that feels nice. The trouble spots are often the make or break area. I think it's a single edge thing. I've got a patch here that's kind of concave. It's difficult for the wider SE blade to get into. Oh, wrong way. Got a couple of weepers. Just a couple down there. Nothing hefty. Usual trouble spots. I like that feel. Love it. So, I think it's quite clear what I think of that razor. Feels fantastic. Gives a nice shave. Like I say, one little area here is always going to be awkward. You can just kind of catch it there. You can see the light, the way it's concave. Difficult to get a wide SE blade in there. DE is less of a problem, but yeah, great shave. What more can I say? Well, it's heavyweight. I like that in a razor. It's well built. Given that it's milled from solid brass, it's going to be nothing less than fantastic in that sense. Got to clean it up, but I find the same with the Hawk. Due to the narrow blade gap, it does hold on to a bit of lather, but dismantling it is easy. It's a simple unscrew and separate the base plate from the head. Job done. And then you can clean it away and pop it back together, or leave it separated, whichever is your preference between shaves. First impressions though, fantastic. Hefty, lovely to look at. It's going to acquire a lovely patina over time. It's a bargain price, it was. Yeah, Colonial. I think you're a bit daft for discontinuing it. I obviously understand that you have business reasons to do so. But if you can ever be tempted into making another one for me, I'll let you know. Or let me know even. Yeah, solid, very well put together. What's not to like? So chaps, thank you to ATG for organising the pass around. Thank you for Mehmet for locking it up like Fort Knox in these double walled boxes to get it to me. It took me a while to get in. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your likes and subscriptions. I'll do another few shaves with this one and do a bit of a roundup probably middle of the week. Probably going to be an evening shave for that one. It's going to be hard to not shave in the morning, but there you go. Thank you very much. This has been the Colonial Razors, the General in Brass. I've been Nick, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.